قراءة الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين، حبيبي إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد. صلى الله عليك يا مولانا يا أبا عبد الله، صلى الله عليك يا ابن رسول الله، صلى الله عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين، صلى الله عليك يا ابن فاطمة المظلومة. ما خاب من تمسك بكم وأمن من لجأ إليكم. يا ليتنا كنا معكم سادتي فنفوز والله فوزا عظيما. صلوات. For the love of Abba Abdullah al-Hussain, with the loudest of our voices, sallu ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. For the love of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, with the loudest of our voices, sallu ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. For the love of Imam Sahib al-Asr wal-Zaman, ruhi wa arwah al-alamin li-turab maqdamih al-fida, sallu ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. عظم الله أجورنا وأجوركم بمصابنا بأبي الفضل العباس، وجعلنا الله وإياكم من الطالبين بثأره مع إمام المنصور المؤيد. يقول إمامنا أمير المؤمنين صلوات الله وسلامه عليه: اللهم صل على محمد من جعل نفسه إماما للناس فليبدأ بتعليم نفسه. Once again we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us this moment and this opportunity tonight, being the 8th night of the holy month of Muharram, which is no doubt dedicated to Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas alayhi salam. We ask Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala to accept our humble efforts in this holy month and write our names among the true lovers and followers of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas alayhi salam. The riwayah I've just quoted is a very beautiful tradition and a very long tradition, but I've just quoted first part of the tradition, reported from our beloved first Imam, that man ja'ala nafsahu imama. One version said, man nasaba nafsahu imaman linnasi فليبدأ بتربية أو بتعليم نفسه. Imam Amir al-Mu'minin said, whoever makes himself a leader for people, he should begin with himself before thinking of people. Now, departing from this beautiful tradition of our beloved Imam, our topic of tonight, as you know, will be the model of a good community leader. And our examination will be of the following two stages. The first stage will look at a model of a good leader from sociological point of view. And then the second stage of the examination, which will be the last stage, we will look at a model of a good leader from the teachings of Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. We'll then be able to compare between the two, although both are very important, but no doubt the teachings of Amir al-Mu'mineen is the best teaching. And the objective and the aim of tonight's discourse is to invite our leaders, the leaders of our communities first and foremost, right from our chair, secretary, Muki, even those in charge of Niyaz, everybody is a leader in his own capacity. And to invite even the chair lady, madrasa leaders, and to all those of us who are aspiring to become community leaders, on the best way to become a good and a successful leader. And to encourage the young ones who, inshallah, in the near future, they will become the leaders of our community on the best way to become a leader. Now let's begin from the sociological point of view to ask ourselves, what is leadership? And our brothers and sisters to pay attention. It's so important that we understand what leadership is all about, even to senior citizens. We have leaders who are leading the senior citizens. Whoever occupies a position, a post, whether within the community or at workplace or at home, you are a leader. So first we'll look at what is leadership. And then second we'll look at, from sociological point of view, the factors or the qualities of a good leader. Then we'll get into Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen. You know, from the sociological point of view, when they define a leadership or a leader, they said a leader is someone who has positive influence on people, not negative influence. Positive influence on people. And here they differentiate between a leader and administrator, and between a leader and a chairman, or between a leader and a president. Not every administrator is a leader, but every leader can be a good administrator. Not every chairman or president is a leader, but every leader can be a good chairman and a good president. Not every Maulana or Sheikh is a leader. You can be a Maulana, but you're not a leader. You can be a chair appointed and elected by people and you lead them, but you're not a leader. You can be the secretary or the Muki of a community, but you are not a leader. So long as you do not meet those requirements, which we're going to explain tonight, you cannot regard yourself as a leader. You may be someone at the helm of the youth programs in the community, or at the helm of the ladies program, or at the helm of a madrasa, deputy, president of the madrasa, or principal. So long as one does not meet those requirements, you cannot regard yourself as a leader. You can claim to be a leader, but you are not a leader. So number one definition of a leader is someone who's got a qudra ala ta'thir fil akharin. He's got the power to influence others positively. He's got the power to touch the heart of people positively. He's got the power to change the attitude of people from bad to good. That is the definition of a leader. But now let us look at the qualities of a good leader from a sociological point of view. What are the qualities of a good leader? You want to become a leader? You want to be a good chairman? You want to be a good secretary, vice chair? You want to be a good leader of the senior citizens? Leadership is not about talking and bragging. Leadership is about having those qualities. The first quality of a good leader from the sociological point of view, which is a very, very important, and I want you to pay attention to this, please, brothers and sisters, is that leader makes his aim and objectives very clear to each and every member of his community. They know your aim. They know your right from the word go. Wuduhul ahdaf, they said. You are a leader of the senior citizens. What are your aims and objectives? What do you want to achieve for the senior citizens? You are the leader of the community. What do you want to achieve? Your achievement is a Thursday program, Muharram program, Hussaini program. A good leader is someone who, right from the word go, he is able to outline his aims and objectives for the community. You are at the helm of madrasa. Right from the word go, what are your aims? You are a mookie. You stand here, you give announcement. What are your aims and objectives right from the word go? Is it just to give announcements? So from the sociological point of view, the first quality of a good leader is that he outlines his aim and objectives for his people. Number two quality of a good leader, from the sociological, it's like I said, Alim, not run away from that. If you are written Alim right from the word go, you need to be able to tell people what is your mission, what are your aims and objectives, what is it that you want to achieve for the community in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years. You cannot just take the leadership thinking that you are a leader and then you just go by the wave, by the caravan. There are no aims and objectives. It doesn't work out that way. The second quality of a good leader, I'm just giving you the outline, then we enter details into Imam Amir alayhi salam. He is the one who's got vision for future. He's visionary. When he stands here to talk to you, you could feel this person is visionary. When your child lady stands to talk to you, visionary. He is ahead of you. 5 years to come, 10 years to come. He is ahead of you. That is the second quality of a good leader. And the third quality of a good leader, from the sociological point of view, is that he is proactive and at the same time he is patient. Very proactive. In the sense that before he asks you to do something, he leads by example. Before your child lady tells you to do something, you find her doing it. That is a sign of a good leader. But look at the fourth one, and I want you to look at it, and we are good at that, unfortunately. The fourth one is that exceptional leader must have exceptional people behind him. You cannot be a good leader if you don't have good people, no matter how you are powerful, no matter how strong you are. So long as your people are not with you, and you know our community says we are good at that. Before AGM, people can stand outside, backbite, bickering, slandering. They enter AGM, everybody is neat and quiet. Hypocrisy. So no matter how strong you are, you look at the life of Ahlul Bayt. Imam Hassan alayhi salam was an excellent leader, but there were no people to follow Imam Hassan. That it doesn't mean that Imam Hassan is a failure. It's not a failure. The people were the failures. So for that leader to be successful, number 4, he will need kawaid or qaida, as they say. Principle. What is principle? People. He cannot lead without you. She cannot lead without you. So if he is required to become proactive, you also must be proactive community. Then you can become a good leader. But if the community they just blame, they look at only negative and talk. We don't look at other positivity. Then you and your leadership cannot achieve anything, wallahi. Number 5 quality of a good leader, from a sociological point of view, is the one who's got power. And I will tell you what does power means here. There are 2 forms of power. We have a quwwa markaziyya and quwwa shakhsiyya. We have central power and we have personal individual power. What is central power? Is what the constitution gives him. You have your constitution in the community, it gives you certain power, so it has a boundary there. That's okay. But the individual personal power is the most important power, which constitution doesn't give you. It comes from your akhlaq and behavior. How does it come from your akhlaq? There are 3 things. Senior citizen leader, Muki, chairman, Maulana, chair lady, youth leader. These are very, very important. Constitution has given you this, the boundary of our constitution. But you can bring power on board and people will automatically accept it. The first one of it is what? Ma'lumat. You as the leader, you have the information. You know the community. You know the need of the community. You know the sickness of the community. And when you talk, you are talking directly to the sickness. When you bring a speaker, he is affecting the sickness. When you organize a program, you don't just do program by beating about the bush, talking. No. You make sure whatever you bring to people, it informs them that you truly understand their need and what they want. That can give you another power which the constitution will not give you. That you've understood them. You know what they want. Or you know their sickness. And you are able to effect that sickness. Number 2 component of having a personal power is your approach. You may have all the information. But if you don't have a good approach as a leader, you will fail. You must have approach. Your approach also can give you another power, extra power, which your constitution may not give you. And the 3rd component of personal power is charismatic. You are charismatic leader in whatever way. It could be by look, it could be your approach to things. You are very charismatic and attractive. That on its own can grant you a power. And the last quality of a good leader from sociological point of view. And that in sociology, in fact, when they talk of a leader, someone who is able to influence others, this last one defines completely what a leadership is all about. Said mawqif. A leader is the one who is able to take a stance. If you cannot take a stand, depending on a situation, then you cannot call yourself as a leader. A leader must be able, sometimes things can get tough. Things can get out of hand. But you are called a true leader and a successful leader because when things get tougher, you don't take side, but you are able to take a stand. That is a good leader. Today, look at most of our leaders. Before they come to a meeting, they've already decided which way, and they move people towards that, whether they like it or not. Sometimes it may happen, but not always. Our leaders, you speak against them in a meeting, you are marked. That's not a leader. We don't want those leadership to lead the community of Imam al-Zaman. Understand, brothers? I gave some lectures some years ago. I said every single person who lead our Shia community, know that you are leading the community of Imam al-Zaman, and you will be answerable during the reappearance of Imam. You are not leading a corporate company. You are leading a community to prepare for the reappearance of Imam. So before anything, you are going to be answerable in the court of Allah. Any work that you do for community, you should do it sincerely and for the pleasure of Allah. Wallahi. Today, politics, too much we have destroyed. Many things because of politics. This one hate that one. This one hate that one. You go to our communities, people are divided into two. This group are for that one. That group. This is community of Shia and Imam al-Zaman. Achieve. You go to chair lady, some group are with that lady, some group. Where? This is not corporate. This is not one to politics. This is the ummah of Sahib al-Asri wal-Zaman. We cannot run it that way, and we cannot afford to do it that way. Yes, they may be here and there during election, but after that we have to be one ummah, because this is about Allah and Rasul and Ahl al-Bayt. So therefore the last one is a leader is able to take mawqif, is able to take a stand. And when he takes a stand, he is sincere in taking the stand. Whether he hurts you, whether he makes you happy, but down deep from his heart, he is sincere. He is doing it for the sake of Allah. But today some of our leaders, they look at your face. No, you will not be happy. He's my close friend. No, favor. Impunity in some places, wallahi. Favoritism. We cannot be a leader like that. Now come with me. Let's look at the qualities of a good leader from our own beloved Imam. That's the most important. Allah. There is no leader like Amir al-Mu'minin. I'm going to outline just 5 qualities only, then we're done. As you know, the day you become a leader, know that every single step of yours, so long as you are a leader, you'll be accountable. You're going to be accountable, for sure. No doubt about that. Madrasa, you'll be accountable. Muki, wallahi, you'll be accountable. Wallahi. Secretary, you'll be accountable. Imam Amir al-Mu'minin, leadership style, Maulana, wallahi, you will be accountable. Wallahi. According to Imam Amir, the point of departure for a true leader is insaniyat and humanity. Imam regard insaniya, meaning you are insan before becoming a leader. So when you get there, don't let that thing get into you. You are still insan. You saw me, we mistreat one another sometimes, especially ladies, when they become leaders. We abuse that leadership. Imam Amir is telling us, don't forget that you are insan before becoming a chair. You are insan before becoming a secretary. You are insan before becoming whatever you are. Then Amir al-Mu'minin taught us 5 things, or 6 if you like. The first one, a leader of a Muslim ummah is God-fearing, God-loving. Today look at some of our leaders, pathetic. Pathetic, no salat. Sallallahu Muhammad wa Muhammad. They recite Quran, they make mistakes. Give them dua kumel, they can't recite. A leader must lead by example. You are not a leader of a company, you are a leader of the school of thought of Ahl. our youth see some of our leaders come, do I comment, they are reciting, they will join. You know what happened in our communities? Although whenever I mention this, people say no, it's difficult. Our communities target their meetings on the night there are programs. So they are having a meeting program taking place and they want people to come. No, it's not going to work out that way. Say, no, we are busy with our work. You are busy, but now you've taken that position because of Allah. You have to sacrifice. Unless life and death. But so long as you sit in the office thinking that you are having the meeting of the Ummah and programs are taking place here, where do you draw the line? Where do you reconcile? You need to be there before everyone to show them that you are not just a leader, but you are a leader representing Imam Sahib al-Asri Wassalam. It begins there. I come, Salah. Leader 1 month, not there. So, leadership of what then? Abba Abdullah alayhi salam, we have gathered here tonight because of them, isn't it? In the heat of Ashur, in the heat of Karbala, Abba Abdullah said, we'll do nothing until and unless we have established our salah. This is a true leader and we must emulate. Yes, sometimes things are beyond our control, that's something else. So therefore, number one, a quality of a true leader from Amir al-Mu'mineen, where he mentioned, "Man ja'ala nafsahu imama, falyabda bitarbiyyati nafsih." You make yourself a leader, begin doing the tarbiyah of yourself. I cannot sit on a member and tell you love Allah, whereas I'm doing something totally opposite. No matter what, you will not follow. Even if you follow now, it will go out of your heart. That's number one. Number two, look at Amir al-Mu'mineen. Beautiful. Allahu Akbar. Imam said, Al-Qiyada wasila wa laysat bighaya. Amir said, leadership, like ulama, is a means to the aim and objective. Is not the objective. What is the objective? Allah. Leadership is a means. So when you are selected, rejoice and make sajda. I always tell people, those who serve the community, wallah, if they do it sincerely, Imam al-Zaman for every single minute will be proud of them. Wallahi. Because it's voluntary. Nobody pays anyone here except the Maulanas and the caretakers and whoever. All they are volunteering. If you open your heart, yes, in science sometimes you go up and down. But if you try as much as you can, you do it, you know the reward of it on the day of Qiyamah? You are serving the Ummah of Rasulullah. So therefore it is a means to the aim, it's not the aim. So don't use your leadership for your personal gain and selfish interest. And this I can give you a beautiful example from the life of Imam alayhi salam. When Imam moved to Kufa, listen to this. You know what happened when Amir al-Mu'mineen left Medina? He went to Kufa. So some entourage from Medina came to Kufa. They went to Kufa. So some of the companions of Amir al-Mu'mineen saw them coming. So they went to Amir al-Mu'mineen before they could come. They could arrive. Said, Amir al-Mu'mineen, we have suggestion. Look at the suggestion. Imam said, Bismillah, what's your suggestion? So you know, Imam, these people still like, they don't like you, some of them. So the aristocrats of Quraysh are here. What we will suggest to you is that, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, why can't you give them what they want? Because they need some money from the treasury. Give them something and then they will be happy, all problems will be solved. You know what Imam Ali said? That's what fascinates you. أَتَامُرُنِّي أَنَا أَطْلُبَ النَّصْرَ بِالْجَوْرِ. Oh people, do you order me to seek for victory through injustice? Through injustice. Sometimes our leaders, they suppress people for their own gain. They come with a program. It doesn't seem good program. Almost everyone doesn't want the program. They force it down to the nose of people. Imam Ahmed said, أَتَامُرُنِّي أَنْ أَطْلُبَ النَّصْرَ بِالْجَوْرِ وَاللَّهِ لَوْ كَانَ الْمَالُ مَالِي لَسَاوَيْتُ بَيْنَهُمْ. Imam said, Wallah, even if this wealth happened to belong to me, Ali, I would have shared it equally among them. What of you, the money is the money of Allah. In other words, leadership is a means. Hold onto it properly and use it to get to Allah. Use it to prepare for the reappearance of Imam. And you know, it's difficult. Even as scholars, it's very difficult in scholars. Sometimes we take things for granted ourselves. So therefore, this leader, that's why Imam Amir al-Mu'minin made it very clear. If you will give me everything of the seventh heaven, everything under the heavens, just to sin by pulling the hair from a bee, I, Ali, will not do that. So number 2, understand that position you are elected, you are nominated. Fine, it's a means. You are responsible to Allah before you are responsible to. That's number 1. 2, 3. Hissul Ijtima'i. A leader has this community at heart. He's not selfish. A good leader is not selfish. You see, sometimes in our programs, especially Ramadan, during du'as, some families' children, when they come, they are not allowed to recite. And some children are pushed to recite. And it's his family, his uncle, his chacha, his mama. Madrasa, sometimes it happens. A leader is not hissul ijtima'i. He loves his community. And he loves them equally. A leader does not segregate. To leader, there is no who is who. So long as we have all entered here, whether rich or poor, we are all equal in his eye. And he tries to treat us equally. That is a good leader. Madrasa, they treat all children equally. When there is a donation for Niyaz, they treat it equally. That is a good leader. You know, Hisham ibn Antara, I want you to look at this point. He came to Imam Amir again in Kufa. And when he came, he found Imam was just taking a rest. Then he said, oh, my Imam, why are you like this? He asked Imam, Hisham ibn Antara. Then Imam asked him, what do you mean? He said, no, but look at your situation. It's like you are in poverty, abject poverty. When you have all the treasure under you. Look at what Imam Ali said. That really struck me. Wallahi al-azim. You know what Imam Ali said? لو شئت لاهتديت الطريقة. Look at Imam. إلى مصفى هذا العسل. Imam said, Wallah, if I want, I would pave way for myself to the taste of this honey, meaning to enjoy this money. وَلُبَابَ هَذَا الْكَمَحِ وَنَسَائِجَ هَذَا الْقَزَّ. Imam said, Wallah, if I want, you know these dates and this food, I would have gone for them. وَلَكِنْ أَيْهَاتَ أَنْ يَغْلِمَنِي هَوَايَ. But far be it from me that I allow my selfish interest to overpower me. I don't allow it. وَأَنْ يَقُودَنِي جَشْعِي إِلَى تَخَيُّرِ الْأَطْعِمَةِ. Wallahi, Imam Ali said, it's far from me, Ali, to allow my desire to take me to different varieties of food. Because they were telling Imam Ali, you eat. Then Imam Ali said, look at what Imam Ali said. أَعَبِيتُ مُبْتَانًا وَحَوْلِي بُطُونِ قَرْثِي وَأَكْبَادَ هِرِّي. Do you want me, Ali, to sleep with my tummy filled with food, and in my community there are people who are going hungry and they sleep without food? This is a true leadership. He or she tries to reach out to each and every member of his community. And Amir al-Mu'minin said again, أَأَكْنَا أَنْ يُقَالَ لِي أَمِيرَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَلَا أُشَارِكُهُمْ فِي مَكَارِهِ الدَّهْرِ. Will I be happy when I'm called Amir al-Mu'minin, when I don't share the pain of my community? Imam Ali. If I don't share the pain of my community, then I can is Amir al-Mu'minin. So you are some of our leaders, really, do you know the community? Do you know what's going on? Do you know the difficulties? Of course, you are not to solve the difficulty of everyone, but you have to have the pain at heart. You have to give them audience. Let them feel that you are part of them. That is a true leader. Not this camouflage out there, fancy things. No, wallah. Amir al-Mu'minin is beyond that. Not show off, la. You have to have the feeling of your community at heart. That's number 3. 4 from Imam Amir al-Mu'minin. Ash-Shaffafiyya. Imam never had a hidden agenda. A good leader has no hidden agenda. Wallahi. A good leader is someone who is open to his people. He tells them as they are. This is the situation. What do we do? And we have a narration from Imam Amir al-Mu'minin back, where Imam Ali said, وَإِنَّ لَكُمْ عَلَيَّ أَلَّا أَحْتَجِزَ دُونَكُمْ سِرًّا إِلَّا الْحَرْبِ. He said, it is your right on me not to hide anything from you except maybe during the battles. I mean, there are certain things, of course, you don't want everybody to know. There are certain sensitive matters, which you know, if you open it up, it may be spoiled. But it is for the good of the community. Then at the end, Imam Amir said, وَإِنَّ لِي عَلَيْكُمُ الطَّاعَةُ وَخُلَاصَةُ النِّيَّةِ. Look at Amir al-Mu'minin. He said, Wallah, it is obligatory on me, Ali, to obey you, my people, and to be sincere with you, my people. So therefore, Shafafiyya, we as lovers of Imam Ali want to be good leaders. There shouldn't be any hidden agenda. Everything must be clear to people. And the next one from the teachings of Amir al-Mu'minin, a quality of a good leader, is muhasabah. This is very important. A good leader is someone who can account the wealth of the community. Everything spent, he is able to account for muhasabah. We have teaching of Imam Ali. You don't just spend for the sake of spending because people donate is lawazim. La. You should be able to account for every pound of the community. Every person is given a budget from whatever portfolio. No matter how the budget might be, you should be able to account for it. That's a sign of a good leader. But if you cannot account, you cannot call yourself a good leader. And you have a very beautiful example. But one of the governor of Imam Amir al-Mu'minin in Basra, Imam was informed every night he would go with people and they were eating good food. So Imam wrote to him. He said, I've heard that now you don't eat above the earth, you eat inside the earth. Imam wrote to him. Then at the end Imam said, when have you changed? Then Imam said, I need a hisab of everything. That's a good leader. That's a good leader. Every budget you give, he accounts for it. That's a good leader. Not you spend. When it comes time for accountability, you are unable to account for it. And the last but not least, you know, a quality of a good leader. There is what is called a karam al-jama'i. He consults his people. He consults. They take decisions together. Imam mentioned akalun nas man jama'a uqul nas. The most intellectual is the one who joins people's heads together. when he does something. He joins people's eyes together. And lastly, to all of you brothers and sisters, followers, Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen require from us to be sincere followers. What does it mean to be a sincere follower? You don't backstep someone. Some of us are very good at that. You want to pull somebody's leg, you want to bring him down. Imam is against that. You may disagree, fine. But you have to be sincere. And what is it to become sincere to your leadership? Go back again to Amir al-Mu'mineen. Is to follow the order of your leadership. And when there is an order, it has to be equal. Everybody has to follow the order. Like it happened in Kufa. When Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen would sit in the mosque of Kufa, and people would be sitting around Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen. Amir al-Mu'mineen would give order. You come from this way and go from that way. So they were coming one after the other to consult Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen. And would say everybody should follow order. So the same thing. But now if you are a member of a community and then you do not follow order, and then we go through these blame games that we normally have, unfortunately, we will never succeed. And lastly, in conclusion, be careful, brothers and sisters, of having your caucus against membership and the leadership of your communities. Be very careful. People sometimes will have meetings in their houses against their leadership. The best way Islam mentioned is to go to the person, you disagree with him, sit with him bil-hikmah wal-maw'izat al-hasana, and he said, وَجَادِلُهُمْ بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ. Even if it entails argument back and forth, but do it in kindness and in good faith. But if you don't do that, everything you see in the community is bad. Because there are people like that, even if you bring a malaika, they will be the same. So therefore, let's try our level best. And tonight, no doubt, is a very big night. It's the night of Qada'ul Hawa'ij. Fulfillment of our legitimate desires. Because like the way we are told, Amir al-Mu'mineen being the door to Rasulullah, Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas alayhi salam is the door to Abu Abdullah alayhi salam. Whoever wants to go to Abu Abdullah, the best door to knock is the door of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. As we're going to begin the takreer of the Masa'ib of Abbas, let's all pay attention and conduct ourselves. And immediately after the takreer, you ask your hajat from Allah. It is a night of a qada'ul hawa'ij. So open your heart, listen to the Masa'ib of Abbas, and ask Allah, through this grief or through this sadness of the heart, in the name of Abbas, to come to your rescue in your life. Many people on a night like this were accepted by Allah through Abbas alayhi salam. There were many people who went to the majlis of Abbas and had no children. And after the Masa'ib of Abbas, they asked Allah to grant them children. And Allah indeed through Abbas granted them. Many people had court cases. They went to the majlis of Abu al-Fadl and they asked Allah to intervene through Abbas. And Allah indeed intervened. So therefore, brothers and sisters, we all have our issues. We all have our problems. We all have our difficulties. Let us together get into this musibah. And as we recite the musibah, I want you to picture Karbala in your mind. Imagine Karbala in your mind. At least you do not cry, but you feel sadness in your heart. That is more than enough. No doubt, al-Banin al-Arba, she gave 4 sons to Abu Abdullah on the 10th day of Muharram. And no doubt the moon of those 4 sons was Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas alayhi salam. And you know what? al-Banin taught us not to forget the majalis of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. And not only that, Ahlul Bayt emphasize and encourage us to spend our wealth in giving life to the affairs of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas alayhi salam. So narration says, when they came back to Medina from Karbala, and al-Banin got to know what truly transpired on the 10th day of Muharram. You know what would she do? This is the beginning of the musibah. We are told al-Banin every day she would go to Jannatul Baqi'. You know Jannatul Baqi'? What would she do in Jannatul Baqi'? She would collect sand from the sand of Jannatul Baqi'. And she would prepare 5 domes, small domes, out of the sand of Jannatul Baqi'. You know what would she do? She would sit next to those domes, small domes, and she would begin to cry and remember the martyrs of Karbala. Allah, if you read narration, you know what narration says? So even enemies of Ahlul Bayt like Marwan ibn Hakam, voice of al-Banin used to break his heart. Because she would remember Hussaini. She would remember her 4 sons. So someone came and approached al-Banin. Oh, al-Banin, you lost only 4 sons. But why are you sitting next to 5 domes? Her response was, Wallah, the 5th one is my son Hussaini alayhi salam. And they asked her, why, al-Banin? She said, because I know there was no one in Karbala to cry for Hussain. Allahu Akbar. But you know what? Imam Zayn al-Abidin approached al-Banin. Look at this line of the musibah. And he said, oh, al-Banin, I mean, it's been a while ever since we came back from Karbala. But there is a news going around that every martyr who is been mentioned to you from Karbala, you cried. The only one you do not cry is when Abbas' name is been mentioned. Said, oh, al-Banin, why is it that when Uncle Abbas' name is mentioned, you do not cry? Imam Zalam, you're asking al-Banin. What she said? She said, oh Zayn al-Abidin, I do not believe Abbas would have left Hussain alone. She said, Allah, I sent my Abbas to protect the Hussain, but when I was told the Shamar sat on the chest of Hussain and began to poke the lip of Hussain, I cannot handle but to cry for Hussain and the other martyrs. But this when Imam Zayn al-Abidin began to give the maqtal of the shahada of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. Open your heart. Let the heart feel sadness. Let the tears begin to overflow. We don't want to go out tonight, wallah, without accepted and without our desires being fulfilled by Allah. Everybody be determined, young and old. We have our hajat. We're going to sit here with broken hearts. Remember our sons while we are going through the masa'ib of Abbas alayhi salam. We're going to tell Ya Allah, we are saying labbaika Ya Abbas, not because of anything, because we want to follow the footsteps of Abbas, but in addition, Ya Allah, Abbas is Babul Hawa'ij. Do not let us go out of this Imam Bara tonight until and unless our hajat are fulfilled by you, Allah. Imam Zain al-Abidin began to give the takreer of the musibah. You know what he said to al-Bani? Imam Zain al-Abidin began to cry. He said, al-Bani, I cry because really Uncle Abbas is the one who deserves to be cried for. She said, yes, I know. But when I remembered there was no one with Hussaini, I can't cry for Abbas. So I said, oh, Shi'ayana Ali, you tonight cry for Abbas alayhi. He said, oh, al-Bareen, I saw Uncle Abbas went to my father. And he said, you know why Uncle went to my father? Because Sakina began to say, Al-Atash, Al-Atash, Al-Atash. Fast, fast, fast. He said, al-Bareen, Uncle went to my father because he saw the lips of Ali al-Asghar was dry. He said, oh, al-Bareen, you know why Uncle went to my father? Because Rababa realized that there was no movement from Ali al-Asghar. So when Abbas went to Hussein, you know, Abu Abdullah looked at Hussein. Look at Abbas. So yeah, Abbas, you know you are my backbone. You are my alamdar. If you go and something happen, what will we do? He said, oh my master Hussein, I cannot look at Ali al-Asghar and Sakina. I cannot look at Fatima to Sughra. One narration said the children came and held Hazrat Abbas. They said, uncle, water, water, uncle, water. I said, today we all have enough water and we even waste water. Our masters and saviors had no water in Karbala. Allahu Akbar. Then Imam Zainab said, oh, al-Baneen, I saw my uncle Abbas rode the horse and he headed towards the battlefield. But when he got to the battlefield, he then went to the water of Furat. He said, when Abbas got to Furat, the enemies came and surrounded Abbas. But Abbas warded them off one after the other. He said, oh, al-Baneen. Then I saw Abbas went back to Furat. This is loyalty of Abbas. He said, when Abbas went to Furat, he picked up the water. When he was about to put the water on his lip, he then looked at the water and addressed his soul. He said, Ya nafsi min ba'dil Hussain huni. La kunti antakuni. Oh my soul, will you be able to drink from this cold water? When your master in few moments, he will be fed from the syrup of death. Oh soul, you cannot drink this water. Imam Zalam said, then look at al-Bani. He said, al-Bani. All of a sudden I saw Uncle rode the horse and he began to go. As he was walking, he was on his horse going. Someone appeared from behind her and he shocked the right hand of Abbas. He said, al-Bani, he struck that right hand of Hazrat Abbas. Imam Zalabi said, I saw the hand falling down of Hazrat Abbas. But then he said, then I heard Uncle saying, Wallahi in kata'tumu yamini, inni uhami abadan andini. He said, al-Bani, I heard Abbas chanted, Wallah, if they will chop off my right hand, I will continue to defend the religion of my grandfather. He said, oh al-Baneen, I saw Uncle struggling to hold the flag with the other hand. You know when somebody chopped off your hand? You know, sometimes you see the hand is not completely out, but the hand is just lingering. And there's no any energy to hold the hand anymore. Abbas was trying to hold, look at the horse, the hand, the lash, everything, the flag, with one hand. Imam said, I saw uncle struggling so much. Then he said, as uncle was struggling, someone appeared from behind and chopped off the left hand. Allahu Akbar. May Allah grant you the ziyarah of Karbala in Bukhari. He said, when he chopped off the hand, I saw the flag falling and the uncle falling down. But when he was going down, he was saying, Wa alayka salamu ya Aba Abdullah. He passes salam unto Aba Abdullah. Narration says, Aba Abdullah then began to head towards the body of Abbas. This is where the musibah, which hurt the most, is here. Then Imam said, Banin, I know you love Sakina so much. She said, yes, I love Sakina. Then he said, you know who told us uncle is dying? She said, no. He said, it was Sakina. Banin said, how? Sakina told you uncle Abbas was dying. He said, when the battle was going on, Sakina was on the shoulder of Sayyida Zainab. And all of a sudden Sakina was saying, auntie, uncle is dying. Then Zainab asked her, why uncle is dying? Zainab said, I can't see from far. Then Sakina said, I saw the flag falling down. It's too hard sometimes to recite this masala. You imagine your young daughter. She saw your brother. And you as a sister, you cannot see the brother. He said, uncle is dying. Zainab said, no, uncle is not dying. Sakina said, no, I see the flag falling down. Zainab said, yeah, I see the flag falling down. Abbas is going. By then, Abba Abdullah was on his way to the body of Abu al-Fadl. You know what happened? Narration says, as Hussain was on Zuljinan and was on his way to the body of Abbas, all of a sudden Zuljinan stopped. Abu Abdullah was wondering what was happening. The horse could not move. Abu Abdullah came down. You know why the horse stopped? The horse saw the right hand of Abu. You know, it's like Shami Gariba. You know, I told Shami Gariba, when Zainab was going around, all of a sudden Zainab stopped and she screamed, wow, Zainab. He said, why is Zainab screaming? So she saw that piece of the finger of Hussain. You remember that line when he came, he found nothing. They looted everything, he saw only the ring. He tried to remove the ring from the finger, he could not, he had to chop off the finger of her. So I told Abu Abdullah, when he came down, he saw the right hand. He began to cry, he rode the horse. As the horse was moving, all of a sudden the horse stopped again. You saw the distance between the left and the right, not far. The horse stopped again. Abu Abdullah came down and he saw the right hand of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. Hussain began to cry. And you know, Hussain then got to the body of Abbas. He began to walk towards the body. But you know what happened? Harmala, he struck on the right eye of Abbas. So it blocked the eye of Abbas. So Abbas was on the ground. Abu Abdullah was approaching. He could not know who was coming. So he said, oh man, please do not hurt me. They've hurt me a lot. I need to bid final farewell to my master Hussain. Allow me to bid farewell, oh man. Abu Abdullah, now we got to the body. He said, Abbas, can't you remember your Hussain? You know what Abbas said to Abu Abdullah? He said, I'm sorry, oh Hussain. I will not be there to protect you. Hussain said to Abbas, oh Abbas, I'm sorry, I could not come on time to protect you. Then Abbas said to Abu Abdullah, oh Abu Abdullah, when you go back to Khaymaga, said to Sakina, I am sorry, I could not bring the water to her. and said to Sayyidah Zainab, I am sorry and I hope they will not slap on the cheek of Zainab. You know, when Zainab, how they held Zainab with stones, how they slapped on the cheek of Zainab. And Abbas said, oh Hussain, I hope they will not remove the hijab of Zainab. Allahu Akbar, ajrukum ala Allah. Now, you know what Abbas said to Hussain? He said, oh Hussain, I beg you, don't tell my mother I've left you alone. But the last line broke the heart of Abba. You know what Abbas said to Abu Abdullah? He said, oh Hussain, when I was born, I only opened my eye when you took me, Hussain. But here I am dying, Hussain. Blood has blocked my eye. I cannot see you, Hussain. You know, as Abbas was saying that, he was on the lap of Abu Abdullah. So Abbas tried moving his head from the lap of Abu Abdullah. Then Abu Abdullah said, Abbas, why are you removing your head from my lap? You know what Abbas said? He said, oh Hussein, I am dying and I'm on your lap. Who is going to sit on your chest, Hussein? That was the last part of the life of Abbas alayhi salam. Where Hussein began to cry, Al-ana inkasara zahri. Now my backbone is broken. And my plans are now very limited. When Imam Zain al-Abidin narrated the story to al-Banin, you know what al-Banin did? This is what I leave you with. al-Banin went back home. And she ordered carpenter to remove the roof of her house. Some narrations said even Zainab ordered them to remove the roof. They asked Banin, why are you removing the roof? She said, because the sun bent the body of Hussein. I want to feel the heat of that sun. Yeah, now you ask for your hajah before we bring it. Alam. You ask your hajah, make your dua, sitting there, young children. Everybody make dua, ask Allah what you want. Everybody make dua. We need Allah, we need our hajah to be fulfilled. Something you think is really been giving you trouble in your life. My mothers, my sisters could be married, financial issue. Any matter you think has been bothering you and you've been trying to achieve things are not coming right. Use these minutes. Ask Allah. Tell Allah, Ya Allah, through the sacrifice of Abbas. Allah, Abbas was buried without eye. He was buried without eye. And he was buried without a hand. Like you heard earlier on from Maulana Ayatullah in Na'ini. He recited Majlis of Abbas in Karbala. He said, that night I went home to sleep. As I was sleeping, in my dream I saw Fatima Zahra. But when I saw Bibi, she was very sad. So I thought I made mistakes in the musibah of Abbas. Then he said, Amma, what's wrong? Have I done mistake in my takreer of the musibah? Bibi Fatima said no, and she began to cry. She said no, but whenever you recite the musibah of Abbas, remember this line. Everyone who falls from the horse. You've seen somebody warrior on the horse falling. How do they fall from the horse? They fall in front with their hands. Fatima Tudar said, you and Aini, remember this line. The only one who fell from a horse without a hand was my son Abbas.
काश अब्बास न मारे जाते